ahead and get all the airdrops out for the initial round of POAPs last week. Next week, we're going to be doing the POAPs in the middle of the show. The raffle is going to be a thing that you can sign up for as soon as you get the POAP. So it's poap.fund/x/205, I believe, is the URL there. But we can get that dropped in the chat for you guys. And so the idea today is that actually we had 35 people show up for the raffle last week. So we're going to do the raffle during the show, and we've got 5 extra books to give out. So we're going to be doing 5 of the Precipice Eternal Attic, and then we're doing the of all 4 of the books that are launching today, which we were very, very excited about. We've got Hunter joining us, Linda Thielbergen, and then we've all got DD. So I salute my fellow authors, and yeah, I can't do nitty-gritty, kind of talking to you guys a little bit. For those who weren't here last week, actually, I spoke a bit about the Press of Bliss Eternal, which stood off in life, oddly enough, and published for free for everyone in the world to read. It's been published online at this point because it's published in Medium behind their paywall there. But now it's going to live forever in the blockchain. And it's like that now for the first time. It's relatively short existence. So it's really exciting to see the you just are making content to the audience. They're getting brought to all parts of the written world. By the NFT technology that's coming out, just the status is. Yeah, you see, is it time to go ahead and bring up and start the conversation?
Yeah, I mean, I would down. This is really exciting. It's it's so amazing that we've been able to pull together what we have so far, and being able to make these books open for anyone to read, but then having the option to be able to also collect, a limited pool NFT supporting that author, and then you're truly owning the book versus just being able to go and read the PDF and stuff. Both very cool. It is a very exciting time. I think this is going to blow up. So we do really appreciate everybody being here and your support. Please also check out them books. You could give a read for free if you really like it. You might want to snag the NFT, and you could even send it to somebody that maybe you have someone in mind that, oh, this person would like that book. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with NFTs. A little easier than with a physical book that you'd have to ship to someone and whatnot. And there's some of these amazing authors. And with that, let's welcome Redding Hunter to the stage and hear about his authorship and book. And let's see if Redding should be able to just unmute the microphone. And if there's any issue there, I do see. Okay, great. We got you loud and clear. How are you doing? Excellent to hear. Do you want to maybe just give a short background into how you got into writing?
Okay, give me a minute.
Yeah, it also kind of relates to the whole last year and a half or so. Coming from a musical family and whatnot, I know the music industry has been hugely affected by the COVID shutdown too, because in that industry you're not getting much streams, and if you have a record deal, you're not getting a lot for those sales, and there's not as much CD sales. Where did they go? I mean, I remember as a teenager buying CDs, but it's been quite a while, so I can definitely kind of relate to that. And so, why don't you dive a little more into the book content and just give us kind of a extra sneak peek into maybe yeah.
And then kind of comes to his.
So think I'm confused as to where to go also because I tried to pick it up on Saturday, but there's like
let me
I couldn't find a place to go when I went down there.
let me try and get that hot mic there. Sorry about that, guys.
It's all good. We're talking about Redding's book and about the way that the character is
We lost Dylan there for a sec, but it is a really interesting concept. I just instantly had visuals when you were talking about this guy in this like warehouse thinking he's in a fancy hotel. I could just totally picture it in my mind and kind of almost get a feel for the character before even reading. So I'm excited to check this out more. You said that was the Ivory Palms, the title of that one. And do you want to drop us the other one as well? And a little bit on that. You know, I think we do have enough time to just kind of go with that. I'm like super excited because I love like Bermuda Triangle stuff. So just feed me.
Hey. Well, I just wanted to ask.
You are back. You're back.
Okay, lovely.
Okay, yeah, Redding. Yeah.
That's fascinating. I love it. How did you dive into the concept of Bermuda Triangle? Yeah, that's how I love it.
Whoa.
I
love concept having a bunch of stories that are, you know, somehow slightly connected or intermingled a little there, and very interesting. These twins sound like a really fun read. So I'm excited for both of these. I love the style. I've always been really into short stories and especially short sci-fi stories like that. So the kind of swings right into my preferred wheelhouse of read.
Yeah, it's really cool. The first book I did was actually a collection of stories called First Film, and they're kind of like they're all that related. But I'm curious just to know a little bit more of how do you approach the linking between these various different stories. How did you tackle that problem and after having had the book for a little bit? Is it ever published before? Is the initial launch? Oh yeah. So one browsing we're working with OpenSea on a theory that's getting things to market because Madden quite ready for us to start selling on OpenSea on their platform. So on that shouldn't probably be all that much longer. But we're also doing the Ethereum sales, and one of the things that's really cool about Ethereum tokens when you sell them on the platform, an attached royalty to the token that stays on it and always pays the creator of that token. So not only is there a primary market, but we've got a secondary market. This continues to keep included in the transaction involving that work. You know, so there's like a digital scarcity that has like the potential to help you make more money. Is that exciting to you? Oh, no doubt. Are those the LPs that had the sticker on the end of the banana? My own hat was so cool.
That's a perfect example of pre-NFT.
That's a good guy. Here's asking yes. Poorly. You'll be missed.
Yeah, indeed. This is really exciting to hear about both your books, Redding. I'm super stoked that you're here with us. I'm super excited for your books launching, and I'm sure that people are going to have a great time reading them. Hopefully, a bunch of people buy them up too. Everybody, I just want to toss out there that posts are claimable. So if you go to the event links, you can grab that code. It's actually crypto books, and over in the event links channel, which I'll drop a little shortcut for you in the chat right there. If you hit that, you can claim your POAP, and then directly after that, you can go enter raffle at POAP fun. What is in event links at poap.fun/205. So that's where you would go to plug in your Ethereum address. And if you've selected the POAP, you will be entered into the raffle. So go hop on there. And what do you think, Dylan? Should we bring up Robbie?
Yeah, let's see Robbie up here. Have you heard from CD yet? Is he in the crowd?
I do see him into the voice.
Fantastic. Well, let's go ahead and talk to Robbie, and then we can talk to CD afterwards.
Awesome.
Hello, friends.
Hey, Robbie.
Good. This is exciting.
It is, isn't it? It's exciting. It's super fun.
It's a lot of work, though, you know.
So,
I mean,
Robbie.
yeah.
Oh, you can go ahead. The floor is yours. I was just gonna tell us all about what you're working on.
Thinking about it because it was a lot, and it's a lot of work, and we're putting it together, which is kind of different from a lot of the work that it does on their own. So I'm excited about the book that's happening today. It's called The Algorithm. It's part one of a multi-part thing, and I wrote it as part of national novel writing, solidarity with writers in print who were also working on their own novels, old school pen and paper, stuck in prison. A story. This is a problem that I've studied my life, basically. So yeah, the book is that. No, it's not.
I think a lot of us
That is no small feat, my friend. Ready to read.
Yeah, I got all the answers. No, but what's interesting is the protagonist thinks he's found an algorithmic solution. And at least in some very real science, super goals and linguistic analysis understand the communication problem in most, and that they conflict. Well, each individual occurrence looks random and chaotic, large, all of the potentials, all the things that it shows all that's the chaos system, which has strange attractors. That's really geeky talk for basic. It's kind of like what makes yourself to be really good at solving conflict, and the fact that it does kind of like we're a Monte Carlo simulation. So you get a boxer and it's like, oh yeah, fight Mike Tyson, and it's like you just don't have the sense to be able to respond quickly enough. So I just think about what it means if like we all practiced being better at that. Anyway, the protagonist is awfully good at the abstract, and then really bad at the
Oh, that's fantastic. That's funny.
Yeah, I have one where at a party in Queens, and picks this girl, and he's dancing with her, and I likes the girl too, and the guy to him. almost kind of like read this. Oh god,
yes, read that section.
Dude, oh man,
is that okay?
that is. I'm a super. That's awesome. I didn't even think in what a perfect thing to do.
We should totally like had everybody read a snippet of their book, man. Like this is gonna be great.
We're evolving.
I might hype it up too. Like his voice is like I'm a little bit cheesy.
Hey, cheese it up, my friend. I can't wait.
I'm a cheese lover.
Okay, all right. So with the Caribbean vibe. Anyway, all right. DJ and Kyle switched to reggaeton and Leo Spears. He made it clear to Sarah, who distanced herself from her part with the prelude opening. He saw how it would go. The first time in his life, they she loved him, they'd be family, he'd be saved, save her. The man said, "What are you doing?" Leo startled. "I'm dancing with her." Man, Leo, get the fuck out of here. Babel, Sarah said, stepping in the man's face. The man looked up Sarah's shoulder Leo with hate. Sarah turned Leo and moved him to the other side of the dance floor. Leo could feel Babel's eyes on him. See if he was. Babel yelled, "You got a problem?" Evans just paid attention. A path cleared between them. Precursors of conscious fight or flight, mixed in sadness, the tightness of the developing situation. Like young Beth, faith in his head been shaken. He was afraid to say a word. That's it.
Bravo.
Fantastic, sir.
Oh my lord, we need an audiobook from this man.
I have to do it. Stop now.
Yeah. You and your cell work. We're gonna book it is.
Boy. All right, bro.
Everybody loved the chat was on fire there. That was cool.
Oh man, you're jumping as well as a scholar. How does it feel to be bringing this work to NFTs, my friend?
You know, space. So, you know, the character is personal color geek in the but bridges two worlds. Like I did growing up, you know, black kid in Queens with a laptop in his backpack everywhere he went. So it's not about like identity. Lots of people live across these identities, but one of the things I've always felt that places I've always felt home is as a digital citizen, you know, from my first BBS. And and I know I'm not alone in that. So it doesn't feel like a thing to be making NFT out of my book. Like it like other things. I
just always been that way. Right?
No, yeah, no, it also, yeah, I wouldn't describe that way, and I certainly, I don't. It's hard to even think about it as a part out of whatever the community feels like. To me, what it means is that instead of writing in isolation, I might have the opportunity to hear what people think about my work and whether any part of it resonates with them, and that makes me just grateful that, you know, it lives in a digital home where I know the community on it, like in a group on a server that have some small relationships. You know, it's taken me through months of pandemic isolation where I'm curious about what people will think, respond. It's just different. It's not a gimmick or really me in a way. Yeah.
That feels, yeah, it feels so organic and it's kind of meant to be. Go ahead, Dylan.
Yeah, I just identify so much with what you're saying. I think I've gotten some of that experience from Synt in the past, you know, and I know you're a Synthian as well. And you know, I think it's so amazing that we now have, partly because of cryptocurrency, partly because of the internet, and partly because of decentralized file storage solutions such as IPFS, but we now have the ability to kind of marry all these different things together. I guess I just have one more question for you, Robbie, which is just this: what do you think the future looks like from here? Obviously, audiobooks are going to be on the table now. We're going to work on that. We're going to make that happen for you, bro. What else can we do? What else is coming up?
I have various just dreams of being like a ghetto futurist, but because I love sci-fi. So I think, you know, books are really, really exciting because they're keepers of knowledge, like in a way that very few other forms are. We were both attracted to Scent because of its kind of long form, non-instantaneous. You know, a chat is cool, Twitter's cool, but there's like something about sitting with thoughts and ideas and a whole journey. There's a reason why books are optioned into movies all the time. And I think it's the collaborative process that really excites me. So like, I know there's things I've read that I would love to illustrate, and like, we now have the tools to be able to collaborate remotely. I think we're going to see entire communities form around works and be able to generate streams of income and livelihood from it. I think we're going to get tied to real world goods and like sustaining goods in ways that really matter. So like my backyard garden in some way is connected to my writing, is connected to my community, is connected to my virtual community. And I don't know how exactly yet, but I see it in some kind of weird way. Yeah. These are the hopes.
Epic.
Sounds right. Yeah, I'm absolutely so on board with that vision of the future, man. I'm into like the whole post scarcity anarchism thing, where you don't necessarily have so many laws, and people, you know, just generally seem to have more of the things they need, and things are hopefully better as a result. But Easy and I actually have a surprise planned, and we've come to about the midway point here. Easy, do you want to tell the audience about our birthday surprise for our friend?
I think we should make sure everybody's grabbing them POAPs. Get them POAPs, y'all.
Get your pops.
Get your POAPs. Get your POAPs, because very soon the raffle is going down. And I just want to give a quick shout out. Mongoose MR just purchased his first book on the blockchain while we're here live.
Very nice. Matt, props to Mongoose.
Yes. Very
Support them
cool.
authors,
Very
y'all.
cool. Love it. So yeah, well, maybe we just give a couple more minutes for people to grab them POAPs before we kick off the raffle.
All right, everybody. Y'all heard him.
Y'all heard it here. We'll give them maybe 5 minutes. 5-minute warning.
Yeah, 5 minutes sounds like the right amount of time to me.
Okay, this is exciting because we're going to be doing the raffle live here with everybody on. So grab them POAPs, head to event links. You get your POAP by hitting that and enter the code, and then enter your Ethereum address, and then you just follow the link to the POAP Fun link and enter there. Connect your wallet, hit enter raffle, and you will be possibly snagging a free book NFT. Boom.
All right.
So should we roll on to, let's see, we have CD up next, yeah?
Yes, we do. Are you ready, CD? Go ahead and unmute yourself if you are, sir.
Let me just double make sure he's not server muted or anything. Should be good to go. Should be able to just unmute the microphone and hop on. No permissions to speak. Let's get that fixed.
Oh, it happens. It happens.
If there is, let's see, if there's another mod in house that could help with that, I'm trying to jump in here and get to the
There's
right.
that raffle link. It's right on the bottom in the main chat, everybody. So go to the Libernet channel and click on the link to https://poap.fun/205. Woo!
Woo!
All right, it's looking like CD
Okay,
is still muted.
Let's see. CD, are you able to hop on now?
Oh, it looks like he is suppressed somehow.
Let me see here. He shouldn't be suppressed, but we do have sometimes these Discord issues.
Yeah, you might try hopping out and then hopping back in, CD.
That's what I was going to say. Hopping out, disconnecting, actually quitting Discord, and then jumping back in, and hopefully that will implement the permissions to speak.
Yeah, he's out, and I think I just saw him pop back in. Maybe he can get up here now. Okay, so we may have some sort of a technical issue going on here. I believe we're going to have oh yeah, Phil's doing something wrong. Okay, folks, so what you have to do is you have to snag the POAP first, and then you have to go to the raffle site with the POAP in your MetaMask wallet. So make sure you're claiming it with the same address that you want it to go to, so that you can go ahead and enter in the raffle, because you have to have that POAP in your wallet to take part in the raffle. And we've got 25 total books. We've got 25 books today. So that's a good chunk. Is that CD?
That's CD.
Fantastic. Yes. Great to hear your voice, my friend.
I will not be suppressed.
No. So freedom.
It is great, you guys. It's so awesome. It's amazing. Listening to Robbie read was just so cool.
But I hope you have a selection picked out to follow. Maybe we could start there. That's probably going to be really, really fun. I've been reading your book. I've been working on it a little bit, getting the typesetting ready to go today. And I want to say it looks like a lot of fun. I can definitely see some influence maybe from Neil Stephenson in your work as well. So it's absolutely fascinating.
Man, I love Neil Stephenson. I mean, he's such an influence. So I'd love to give a little background about the book before I jump into reading a selection, if that's okay.
Yes, it is. Go right ahead.
Okay, so 2020 was like the weirdest year that any of us have ever lived, you know, traumatic on many counts. And in the beginning part of 2020, like everybody, I was sort of locked up at home going, what do I do? You know, this was my 8th novel, but I didn't have any projects on the boards, and I was just fascinated, you know, like everybody, doom scrolling and looking at the world. And I've always had all these sort of crazy ideas that come together and unify into a weird vision. And I thought, I'm going to write the potential future of this thing. So I started it in March, right after the pandemic began. And then I continued writing through April, and I finished it in May. And so this is an alternate history of 2020, how it might have gone down, if Gaia, the planetary consciousness, had gotten involved. Bob, a sack of potatoes nobody who likes drugs and maybe was a hitman at some point in his life, got involved, as well as the entire U.S. Postal Service and a whole bunch of other crazy characters in it as well. You know, Donald Trump has some astounding speeches. If you love Donald Trump, you'll probably not love my book, by the way, but you might find it funny, and it's meant in that vein. It's meant for anybody to be able to read it. But anyway, I'd like to start with the moment that Bob sort of discovers that there's a consciousness outside of just his humdrum existence. And it concerns him, this guy, a character named Doctor, gives him a bag of herbs and tells him, hey man, LSD is completely done. You need to check this shit out. This is Salvia divinorum. Go home and check it out. So should I just read from this point on, guys?
Oh, you got me interested. I'd say read us a little.
Yeah,
snippet.
buddy. I want to hear.
Okay, so we'll just get to it then. So Bob takes a hit, and this is where we start. The smoke wafted upwards on the breeze and began to dissipate, and then Bob felt a melting, whooshing, blending motion sort of feeling. He heard a sound that could only be described as schwung, and that was sort of what it sounded like, but it actually encompassed all sounds. Suddenly there he was at the bottom of the valley, looking up at himself nearly a half mile away. He was on a different stump, this one with lots of small trees growing out of it, and an old Coke can smashed into what had been the bark. Bob looked at the can, looked at his hands, looked up at himself a half mile away, and stood up on the stump. What the fuck, man? He reached down and pulled the Coke can out from between the bark and the stump. He was looking at it intently, and then schwung, he was back up at the top of the valley, looking down at where he had just been. Bob had been a tripper for a long time, but he had never had a trip like that. He looked at his hands, still holding the pipe. They began to shake, and then they stopped. It was roughly 5 minutes after he'd taken that hit, and he was now feeling no effects from it whatsoever. So this is Bob's first, experience with Salvia divinorum. And I don't know if you guys, any of you are actually familiar with Salvia divinorum, but that's it.
That was friggin' awesome. Oh man, I love this format of getting a little snippet read from the author. Where else can you get this kind of action, people? Nowhere except here. Maybe if you were able to go out to a real world, book signing or something, you might hear something like that. But this is just so damn fun and exciting. I have not done Salvia divinorum myself, but I have witnessed some friends do it, and I bet they schwunged right out there because it looked sure like it. This is awesome. I'm super excited for all these books are just so quality. Like it just,
Oh yeah.
I'm super, super hyped and just connecting with all the material, and it's so exciting. And then, adding audiobooks. We had talked about this before, but it's been a little more kind of on the back burner, but I think we're going to have to pump that forward, and it'll be so cool to have an audiobook option for people too, because for myself, I love reading, but often, in fact almost all the time, like in the car, if I'm not like doing some crazy live stream from the road, I'm listening to audiobooks. So I also really love audiobooks.
Oh yeah. Earlier we were talking about the purpose for this channel, and this is a Libernet channel. This isn't a WIP publishing channel. So the idea is that what we're doing here is predominantly a Libernet thing. But what's the purpose of Libernet right now? Well, the primary idea is to promote artists and writers who are experimenting with blockchain technology, because we basically think that this is kind of the future. So it's really cool to see the space grow in real time right before your eyes like that. And I think I see absolutely no technical reason not to go ahead and figure out how to include an audiobook. It'll probably take a little while to build it, but we'll figure it out, and we'll start dropping those too, because people want them, and why not, right? So that's all really super cool. But CD, my God, Salvia, that was so realistic. I had a friend when I was in college who told me a story about Salvia that convinced me to never smoke it. Yeah, get a load of this. This guy said that he was in his living room doing nothing, and he took a hit of that stuff by himself and had no memory of the next 2 to 3 minutes. And when he came to, he was just shouting into his kitchen for no reason he understood. So it sounded pretty intense. And this guy was a total space cadet. So I listened to that and thought, well, maybe Salvia is not the way to go here.
Dude, I just saw the dead Polaroid ETH. He put, I sank to my couch ate me, y'all. I had that exact same experience with Salvia. And I fell into my couch and was like in this vortex. But then that led to this crazy thing where I was like smoking Salvia every day for 100 days in this quest to discover the meaning of life and the nature of God. And, I came to some realizations on that. But
yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. So is it really different every time, or is it the same every time? Or, Like,
You know,
does something seem to impact the experience that you have?
the trippy thing with salvia is what it is it basically is like a okay, so this is after smoking a whole lot of it, right? But salvia basically eliminates the barriers between matter. And that's kind of a heavy statement, but so for example, in the book, when Bob like is basically transported from one place to the other, essentially what happens is he's not physically transferred there, but his consciousness is completely transferred there, because this idea of salvia as medicine, which somebody just posted, salvia is the medicine that allows you to stop seeing the barriers that exist between pieces of matter, essentially. And it's powerful medicine. And I don't recommend that anybody do it just on a whim. You should do it on a methodical, careful way. But there's these stories, and this comes into my book as well. There's these stories of this white lady, not a white lady, but like a lady all dressed in white, sort of a goddess figure. And she appears to salvia smokers over and over and over again. And sometimes she has dogs and sometimes she doesn't. But in my book, I made her Gaia, the Gaia consciousness. But in the real world, people have had profound spiritual experiences with this. And the thing to point out too is that salvia typically lasts between 2 and 5 minutes maximum. So
very good info. Wow. Yeah. And I would just, to just kind of double down on that, doing psychedelics, you really want to be in a pretty decent headspace. You want to be in a nice physical environment. Maybe with a close friend, or if it's your first time, with kind of like a guide, someone that is more experienced, because it's heavy stuff, but it also is amazing at just kind of clearing the consciousness, and like you're saying, eliminate those barriers, because really, even in the top scientific metaphysics studies, it's all coming full circle back to that ancient wisdom of we are all connected, we are all the same. So that would be my kind of addition there.
Yeah, just like
it's a great addition to make, because and I want to make it really clear, I'm not recommending that anybody do psychedelics or that anybody smoke salvia. I'm just writing about my experience and my character's experience. And while it's fascinating and there's a lot to be learned and gained from that, as you pointed out, knowledge beforehand is power, and having a guide or someone like doctor, in my experience, to guide you through that is definitely the only way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. I totally agree. It is very important to be safe when you experiment, if you choose to. Nobody at WHIP, recommends that anyone else do any of that stuff. I feel like most of us have probably seen some part of that in life at some point. So it's very cool to be able to talk about it. Now, I do have one different subject that I need to ask you a question about, though, CD. Do you mind if we switch gears and start talking about NFTs? The manuscript before this has only lived.
Oh, we lost Dylan again. Discord has been a little off like the last couple days, with people just, I don't know if he got booted from the channel.
Oh no, who did we lose?
Oh, okay, you're back. We lost you.
Awesome.
Oh wow, okay. Snap. How far did I get?
You were asking about the NFT aspect, because previously the manuscript had lived, and that's about where you dropped off. And just a quick heads up, we got about 12-13 minutes, so we can get kind of a background or view into the NFT aspect in about 3 or 4 minutes, and then maybe we do the raffle.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Go for it, CD.
Yeah, what I didn't quite get your question, Dylan. You got cut off right as you started to ask.
Previous to our endeavor over the last few days to kind of format things down and typeset everything, this book only lived on your website, right?
Yeah, that's right. I've never published it before. I published it on my website at vagabond.com, but that was it. And I've never been a fan of the traditional publishing industry. I've published a book traditionally, and it was a bad experience. I've self-published quite a few books, and it was a much better experience. And when I saw that the NFT craze was taking off, I've been involved in crypto for quite a while. The first thing I started thinking about was like, how can we publish? And I'm so happy that you guys are like taking the lead on this and just charging ahead and making it happen, because it's so cool. So I'm stoked to be a part of this, Dylan. Thank you.
Hey, absolutely, man. I'm so glad that you're here. It's lovely to. I mean, it was so funny. Like when we met, we talked a little bit, and we had the same idea, and we both knew it, and we were like, well, are we going to be friends or not? And then we talked a little bit more, and it was like, okay, like this guy gets it. Like we'll just back each other up and just do things together and be totally like good friends. And it's just, I don't know, it's so fascinating to me how rapidly that can happen online in the era of blockchain. I feel like I feel like you and I met on very similar lines to David Noya, who's another founding member of the team here, who also did a book and also has worked on his own project. And it's just incredible to be able to align with so many different people from so many different parts of the world who are all into the same, basic concept, which is how can we take blockchain technology and incorporate the literary publishing industry into it, such that people make better money and more of the money that they make. And it's just it's been the most amazing experience so far. I've really enjoyed it. Easy. It is now 1:20.
Woohoo!
What does that mean?
I think that means we do the raffle. So I hope everybody out there has claimed your POAP and entered the raffle. If not, you should be scrambling, typing away ferociously and madly, because it's about to go down.
We're going to have 25 winners today, folks. So good number of prizes going out. We're going back to last week and pulling out The Price of Bliss Eternal. And then we're doing all 4 books from this week. So that's a very good coronavirus novel, a very good novel, Coronavirus, by Christopher D'Amico. We've got her Bermuda Triangle Crazed Compass by Redding Hunter, The Conflict Algorithm, Part 1 by Robbie Pauly, and the Ivory Palms 2021 edition by Redding Hunter as well. So 5 of each of these bad boys are going to go out to our lovely fans here at TokenSmart. And then I believe, Easy, that we also have another thing to announce, which is that another friend of ours is also going to be receiving some tokens. Last week, what we did was we had a Twitter contest, and that drove a lot of publicity to our Twitter page, which is phenomenal. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter if you don't already. I'm going to drop a link to that in the chat here. But yeah, take it away, Easy.
Okay, so 20. Well, first of all, 25 books ain't nothing to sneeze at. And yes, also I do want to reiterate. We would love to have followings on Twitter. We would love to have, if anybody had already received one of the winnings from last week, we'd love to have you put that out on Twitter and tag us. And same thing, if you win today, we'd just love the support back, showing off your new fancy books. And there's the Twitter right there. And one quick question: how do we actually kick off the raffle here? Because I know I joined, but I wasn't part of the actual execution team last time.
I see. Yeah. Okay. So the way the raffle works is we get everybody to go in and use their existing POAP to register for the raffle, and what that does is that creates a link to that Ethereum address. And so here in 24 hours when it ends, just in case it straggles in, just in case any of that stuff, and also so that the airdrop completes at the time that all the NFTs are ready to go. So all the NFT books actually haven't been made yet. They'll be made in about the next 24 hours. And the idea is that that's our deadline. We're going to have those bad boys ready to go when that raffle is up. We're going to have them on Matic. We're going to have them on ETH. and we're going to go ahead and airdrop out some Matic tokens to participants in the raffle who win when the draw starts in 24 hours.
Awesome. Okay. Well, let's see. I was looking for that winner and I'm not finding it in my notes. So if you want to do the honors, you can go ahead and announce. I must have mixed up my notebooks.
Well, there's for those in the audience, there's from Synth who has had kind of some hard times here lately, and correct me if I'm wrong, but today is actually his birthday. Is that correct?
Oh, I think you are correct.
Yeah. I wonder if the user Dab Dragons, because we have a special birthday present for him.
Let's see. Looking in voice right now, and
Yes. He didn't make it, so we'll have to probably tweet at him to let him know what we did. Oh yeah, somebody tag him. Thank you, Musa Sashi 13.
Yes.
So Dab is going to win one copy of each of the 4 books that we today, that will be launching tomorrow. So the brand new NFT books that nobody else has yet, Dab is going to be one of the first people to own all 4 of them. If not the first person.
Yeah, I think he actually may be the first person with a full set. So big, huge happy birthday to Dab Dragon. Really awesome to be able to, hook him up with a set of these books. Dab has done so much in this community, just from the pure greatness of his heart, with no expectations, going out of his way, bending over backwards, not wearing pants. So just picture that. But for real, we are also actually going to have a bunch of stuff up in Decentraland. Blockbake Studios is helping in putting up some of his art, and then possibly some other things that come in as donations. As most of you probably here know, Dab Dragon had some really serious health issues and was actually had to be hospitalized for quite a while. And so if anybody, at least in the US, knows, that gets expensive. So we did hook up, there's dabdragon.eth, which I'll also drop here in the chat. And that is an ENS that is connected to his Ether account. So, we've had quite a few people actually send over, an NFT here and there, or a little bit of ETH, or a little bit of whale, or a little bit of, USDC, whatever it is. If you've got, a duplicate NFT or just a little bit of spare change, anything is much appreciated. Like I'd said, he's done for the last years so much to help people out. So we're really hoping to show him some support back and help him out through this hard time. And so we're going to have, I believe, for about a week, some of his stuff up in Decentraland. And we'll be also, mentioning that in some of the other events here in TokenSmart this week. And so, yeah, we wanted to, wish him a happy birthday and get him some books for being able to read on some downtime. We will have to hook up those audiobooks soon, because he does have to kind of limit his screen time. Part of the issue was seizures. So I know that I have a family member too that is epileptic, and I know that screens can be a little too much. So we're really excited to have Dab on the healing train. He has been just slowly but surely getting better and better, and we see him pop in here and there when he can. And so just from the bottom of my heart, a big I love you to Dab Dragon, and thank you, Dylan, for making that happen and getting him the set of books.
Oh, absolutely, easy. Yeah, we're happy to support the community here. We love you guys. We're doing this for y'all, and especially the ones of y'all that write, but everybody really too. So the hope is, just to, continue to be involved here at TokenSmart and in the greater Synth community and in the NFT community on Twitter and pretty much everywhere. I think we're going to be we're going to be a group of people that get a few things done, and I think that's going to be absolutely wonderful. So I'm just as excited as everyone else is, and yeah, thank you everyone for showing up and helping us to make this second part of the Work in Progress Publishing Company launch party just go off without a hitch. I mean, this has been a great time, and we'll be back next week at 10:30 a.m. PST. Again, Jimmy will be back. We filled in for him. He wasn't feeling well today, so he'll be here soon. And yeah, we can't wait to see everybody who was here today again in a week.
Yeah, super exciting. I can't believe we pulled it all off. We're pretty much right on time for the wrap up. This feels good. It went really great today. The readings were just phenomenal. And we
got to do those in the future. We got to do more of those. We got to do so many more of those.
Absolutely. I know that CD had mentioned his website, and I didn't have that. So CD, if you want to drop that here, feel free to, and I'll also add it to event links. So everybody, if you do, if you are so caught up in this amazing live stream that you didn't get to check out all the links, we've got our Twitter link over there. We greatly appreciate a follow, maybe retweeting and giving some hearts, a little Twitter love. We've got the WIP Publishing Discord invite, especially if you're a book lover or an author, or you have an idea and you want to do some writing, come over and join us there. There's a couple other links, including the POAP and the POAP Fun, which is the link to enter into the raffle.
All right, I just threw another Discord link in, and it is 1:30, so we've got to sign off. We'll see everybody later.
See you next week. Peace, love, and whipsy.
And maybe some nachos.
Oh yeah, nachos are good. All right, guys. Have a great time at Bully Meows, who is starting up now. Everybody head to Bully Meow.